This is from the Marriage Advice subreddit, posted by Florida Bound 2028. My husband messed up again. My husband James freaked out again today. We have been married for 12 years. He, 48, is the nicest guy, so thoughtful and kind most of the time. He even paid for my tummy tuck because he said it was worth it for me to feel better about myself. He goes out of the way for me and the kids. I, 41, have two girls, Katie, 16, and Cam, 15, from my previous marriage. And my husband and I have a son together named Silas, who is 11. We've been through a lot. He had an inappropriate relationship with a 19-year-old when our son was a baby, and an investigation was done on the two of them at the workplace. They work night shift security together in a big empty building. He has had a few inappropriate flirty relationships. He used to watch adult videos and lie about it after we agreed we would watch it. Recently, he quit his job without telling me. He told me he was thinking about quitting his job to gold pan full-time and take out his 401k until he makes it big with gold panning. I told him that wasn't a good idea. Maybe he should do it on the weekends to see if he could make enough money doing it. He agreed. A few weeks later, he came to me and told me that this was his last week at work. He had already put in his notice to quit a few weeks before we had the conversation where we agreed he wouldn't do it. He said he didn't care if it ruined our marriage because he was already done. He was unemployed for 4 months before his job took him back. He never found gold. We almost divorced. I've been telling him since then that because of all the pain I've been through, that it's going to take time to trust again. That brings me to today. He freaked out today, and I don't know what to do. He was supposed to meet the girl's dad to exchange them. My oldest got out of gymnastics at 10, so they probably should have left at 11 to meet him. At 11:30, her dad was starting to get upset because they hadn't left yet. So I called my husband and asked him what he was doing. He said him and our son were shopping and would be done soon. 20 minutes passed, and the girls said their dad was still upset. So I called my husband again, and he said he thought he was going to meet their dad later at like 1 or 2 or even later, and that he thought Katie got out later. I told him that she told him that she gets out of gymnastics at 10 this morning, and he agreed that she did tell him that. So I asked him, well, what is it? Did you think she got out later or at 10? And he wouldn't answer and said he didn't want to deal with this. He couldn't admit he was wrong. And then when he came home, he ran into the house and ran into the kitchen out of breath and in a hurry and yelled, "The groceries are put away, so we need to leave." He was doing this in a passive-aggressive way, so I told him, I don't like the way you're acting. I will take the girls, because I knew he was going to drive recklessly and end up upsetting the girls and yelling at them. Cam, my 15-year-old, told Silas that he was coming with us. So I started driving them to meet their dad. And James texted and said he was sorry and needed professional help because he can't control his temper anymore. And he apologized and said he was going to the clinic to get help, but they were closed. I'm just tired of these freakouts. I know I was being disrespectful and pushed him to respond this way, but every time I blame myself, he always says it's not my fault. It's his own fault. So I don't know what to do. 90% of the time, he is kind, thoughtful, and affectionate. But then he acts like this or worse. That is what is so confusing. He will say all the right things, sometimes, and say, I don't deserve that behavior. He knows it's wrong. So do I just keep forgiving over and over again? If he feels sorry and knows it's wrong, is it still abusive? We have been together for 15 years, and I don't think he is ever going to change. He reads the Bible every day, so I don't know what else he could be doing. I'm tired of my husband's Jekyll and Hyde personality. I don't know which person he is, and I'm getting tired of it. 90% of the time, he is amazing, the perfect spouse. So I don't know if it's worth it to stay. What I am going to say here is, yes, I think you are an asshole in this situation to yourself, because you have identified that he has cheated on you multiple times, yet you have forgiven him. You have accepted that. and stating he's a nice guy 90% of the time, but then has these freakouts? Well, is he cheating during these freakouts, or is he cheating on you during the 90% of the time when he's the good guy? When somebody shows you who they are, you need to believe them. You should have left a long time ago, because what your daughters are now learning is this is the example you're showing them of how a relationship works. Would you want your daughters to accept this? If not, then why are you accepting it?